Translation and Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. O personality of religion, I was greatly overburdened by the undue military phalanxes arranged by atheistic kings, and I was relieved by the grace of the Personality of Godhead. Similarly, you are also in a distressed condition, weakened in your standing strength, and thus He also incarnated by His internal energy in the family of the Yadus to relieve you. Purport. The asuras want to enjoy a life of sense gratification, even at the cost of others' happiness. In order to fulfill this ambition, the asuras, especially atheistic kings or state executive heads, try to equip themselves with all kinds of deadly weapons to bring about a war in a peaceful society. They have no ambition other than personal aggrandizement, and thus Mother Earth feels overburdened by such undue increases of military strength. By increase of the asuric population, those who follow the principles of religion become unhappy, especially the devotees or devas. In such a situation, the Personality of Godhead incarnates to vanquish the unwanted asuras and to re-establish the true principles of religion. This was the mission of Lord Shri Krishna, and He fulfilled it. Om Gyanativedandasya Gyananashalakya Chakshulmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Mayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vanchakapatarubhyascha Kripasindhubhyevascha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Yata 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 yasmin duskurum sukurum bhavet Visvite vipyatim sha Shri Chaitanya Namanamitam Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktarinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Pradatrada Sadhanam Vinasyata Duskitam Dhamma Samstapanataya Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. The Lord appears to deliver the devotees and annihilate the demons, establish religious principles as well. In this way, He appears millennium after millennium. So we need to be assistant to Krishna to kill the demons. Because these demons are so selfish. They'll do whatever it takes to get their sense gratification. Even kill their own family. Just like we saw with Kamsa. When you're taking your sister to her new home after an auspicious wedding. And then just a small threat. This Akash Vacha. This voice from the sky. You fool Kamsa. Don't you know that the child of your sister will be your death? And what does he do straight away? Forgets everything about his family relation. Forgets everything about his care and love for his sister. And just pulls her by the hair, ready to decapitate her. This is the mind of the demons. If you don't disturb their sense gratification, they're your friend. They'll laugh with you, they'll hang out with you, and then you threaten their sense gratification just a little bit. Then you'll see the demon. Take away their morning coffee, then you'll see the demon. Take away their cigarette, then you'll see the demon. Take away their alcohol on the weekend, then you'll see the demon. So their sense gratification is more important than anything else. Even just to be a decent person. In order to fulfill this happiness, someone else has to suffer. In the 4th canto of the Bhagavatam, we have the song of Lord Shiva. And there was one particular verse that really hit me. And this verse described as people who are addicted to sense gratification are just like bees in a honeycomb, trying to enjoy that honey. It's like, what kind of example is this? Because the bees, when they try and enjoy the honey, simultaneously they're biting other bees. Other bees have to get hurt. So just like, I guess, the UK, United Kingdom, Great Britain is a great example of that. I guess they're still reaping the benefits of what they stole from other countries which now exist as third world countries. There's only first world countries because they've taken from other countries. That's why they're export countries. There's enough for everyone. But if you want more than you need, then someone else has to have less than what they need. So these envious executive heads or atheistic kings, they've taken so much from other countries. And in this case, they've created great fear that, okay, now we've taken so much, now we have to protect it. And we have to invest so much money into military defense, so much money into media propaganda to say that we're the good guys. We can say that all around the world. There may be not a world war, but the different pockets of wars going on all over Africa. We see with Israel and Palestine. We see India and Pakistan. Everyone's claiming to be the good guy. Or everyone's playing the victim role. You're up against me, trying to take my wealth, and I have to protect myself so I can kill you. This is the demon's mentality. How can you get peace from such a society where everyone's addicted to sense gratification? It's all due to lust. Kamesha Krodesha, Rajaguna Samubhava, Mahashana Mahapama, Vidyanami Hivari. That it is lust only, Arjuna, when it's in touch with the mode of passion. And that lust turns into wrath when dissatisfied. And that's the all-around sinful enemy of this world. The demons think that this world is nothing but love. There's no God in control. And it just runs on lust. You can't get anything done if there isn't lust involved. Where's the peace? Amritam jnana metena jnanano vichavarana kamarupena kuntere duspalena lenacha. That if you try to satisfy this lust, there's no satisfaction. It just burns like fire. It's like you're putting more fuel in there. I don't know if you've seen like a bonfire. Some people, they put petrol in it. So the fire goes down a little bit, but then it just explodes and bigger. So when we try to satisfy our lust, this is the same thing that happens. It goes down a little bit, and then explodes into, I need more, into greed. And if it can't be satisfied, then it turns into anger or frustration, either at other people or at oneself. So that's why there's suicide, depression, or there's domestic violence, for example. You were supposed to satisfy my every desire, and you just don't satisfy me. And then there's violence. Could be any relationship, not just between husband and wife, or girlfriend and boyfriend. It can happen even in families, between parents and children, brothers, sisters. It's all going on. Why? Because of this greed, this need for sense gratification, to satisfy that lust. So we can see that the earth, being overburdened by such leaders who are taking from the people so much and creating so much anxiety, she calls out to the Lord. We see in the beginning of the 10th canto, she takes the form of the cow and calls the Lord Brahma. It's like, I'm overburdened by these demoniac leaders, please help me. And Lord Brahma with the demigods, they go to Svetadvip. And they offer the Purusha Shukta prayers. And then they don't actually see the Lord. But Lord Brahma acts as a sort of transmitter and says, yes, I will appear and you will all appear with me to help you my mission, to relieve this burden of the demoniac on the earthly planet. And then we see this beautiful battle, the battle of Kurukshetra. The Bhagavad Gita was spoken to establish Dharma. And it was like a wholesale of killing all the demons all at once. Krishna is very expert. Just by one activity, he's known as Daksha. He fulfills many other activities. The example is given of when he was on the 18th attack of Jarasandha. Simultaneously, Kala Yavana with 33 billion other Yavanas. Something like that. They came to attack Mathura at the same time. And Krishna was just walking away and he became famous as Ranchor, one who runs away. And then Kalyavana, he's chasing after Krishna. Shri Radha Lanamishwara ki, Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra ki jai, Shri Gaurnita ki jai, Giri Govinda ki jai. And Kalyana is chasing after Krishna, but he cannot get any closer. Not even the yogis who travel at the speed of the mind can even touch the tips of the lotus feet of Krishna. What to speak of a demon like Kalyana. And he's chasing after him. Eventually comes to a cave and he sees someone sleeping. Krishna's there. He kicks the sleeping person and thinks it's Krishna. That actually is his Muchukunda. And he all of a sudden just burns into ashes as he wakes up. How does it happen? Well, Muchukunda was very good. He was the yes man of the demigods. Every time the demigods needed some hand in the battles against the demons on the universal level, they would call Muchukunda to come and help. And Kartikeya, he was very pleased with him. What benediction would you like? I'll give you anything. And as temple devotees, we know we get a lot of service, books every day nearly, and so many different temple services. And sometimes you just pray to Krishna. I just want some sleep. So certainly Muchukunda was being overburdened by so much service to the demigods, like, I just want to sleep. And they're like, Tatastu. But if anyone tries to wake me up, they will instantly burn to ashes. Sometimes we also would like such a benediction if someone wakes us up from sleep. Tatastu, so be it. So Muchukunda went to this cave and was sleeping. And Krishna, he hid in this cave to simultaneously kill Kalyavana and to deliver Muchukunda. And a beautiful dialogue takes place. Muchukunda actually didn't know who this beautiful personality Krishna was. So he introduced himself and what he did, how he got there. And then Krishna, he understood you're someone amazing. And Krishna blessed him with devotional service. Muchukunda was actually from previous ages. He was very big. He saw that, okay, everyone's small. Even the trees are small. So you can see the progression of Dwapara and Kali Yuga, that things decrease in size, in value, in piety. So that's the nature of this age. We can see that religion is now standing on one leg, on truthfulness. Mercy is destroyed. It's said that there's a statistic, there's 53 billion animals are killed every month for food just in Europe. 53 billion. There's 7 billion humans on the planet. 53 billion lives are taken just for the tongue. Just for lusty tongue wants to taste flesh and blood. Every month. Genocide to enormous proportions. Mercy destroyed. The other legs of austerity completely destroyed. We were in New York City and they've legalized marijuana. Yay! And the devotees do Harinam for 6 hours in Washington Square Park, which is okay. It's like next to New York University, but surrounding the whole park, there's people with tables selling marijuana, and there's a air of smoke everywhere. But devotees stay high forever. That's the difference. Alcohol is normal. Yeah, once you hit a teenager, you've tried it out, and these companies are lobbying to advertise to teenagers, even though it's illegal for them to smoke cigarettes or drink alcohol. They advertise them right away, and so they get addicted, and then they can't give it up anymore. This is the push of Kali Yuga. Austerity destroyed. And cleanliness is destroyed. Sexual perversion is going stronger and more perverse, more and more. I will not get into it. You have your parades to show the evidence. So the only one is truthfulness. It's still appreciated if someone tells the truth. People lie. Even though the earth, in the Bhumi Gita, she describes it, I can tolerate anything, but I can't tolerate a liar. So, Dharma is standing here on one leg and speaking to the earth is praising the Lord for coming and liberating her from such demoniac forces. But in Kali Yuga, pretty much everyone's a demon. We see that pastime with Jaga and Mada. They smashed this wine pot. Mada smashed the wine pot over the head of Lord Nityananda. He started bleeding. And then word got to Lord Chaitanya, came with the chakra ready to chop heads. And Mada was about to finish the job, and Lord Nityananda, Jaga stopped him. No, it's too much. He's a saintly person. Nitai, he was saying to Jaga Mada, it's okay, you've knocked me in the head. I just want you to chant the holy name. So humble. And Jaga was touched. So he stopped Mada from attacking further. So then when Lord Chaitanya came ready to chop their heads off, Lord Nityananda fell at the feet of Lord Chaitanya. No, my Lord, please don't do this. Please don't do this. You are Namo Mahavaranyaya. You are the most magnificent incarnation of the Lord. Please don't kill them. Because if you kill them, you have to kill everyone. Everyone in Kali Yuga is got some sin to commit. Something is wrong. To be born in Kali Yuga is nothing to be proud about. My spiritual master describes it as like those kids who get left back in school, so many grades. So we're like that. We're like the lost cause. We just can't get it right. Satya Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, didn't get it. Here in Kali Yuga, we're totally helpless. No hope for spiritual life. Sin, yes, spontaneously, with great happiness. So if you kill Jagai Mara, you have to kill everyone. Please deliver them. And Jagai, he's trying to save me. You deliver him. Lord Chaitanya embraces Jagai. And then he turns black. All the sins turned his body black. He looked like Krishna. And then Mare, he's like, wow, Jagai got delivered. What about me, my Lord? Will you please deliver me? You offended my devotee Lord Nityananda. You must get his mercy. And then Mare felt the fear of Lord Nityananda, and he was also delivered. So, the Lord in Kali Yuga does not kill the demons, but kills the demoniac mentality. And how does he do that? He did this by performing Harinam Sankirtan. Chaitadapanamarjana cleans the heart of all these dust of sinful propensities, sinful reactions. Over so many lifetimes, he is delivering us. And then he installs that love, from the highest love of the spiritual world. He's given the highest thing to the most fallen. We have no idea how merciful Krishna, the Lord Chaitanya is. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita it says that if you like to deal with logic and argument, apply your intelligence of your logic to the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. And then in that way you will just live in wonder. A wonderful life. Full of wonder. And you can see that on Harinam Sankirtan. The mercy of Gauranitai. We see Gauranitai on the altar and we take darshan, but if you want to really see Gauranitai in action, you can see that when the holy name goes out. You know, you see a guy with a cigarette, a beer, a burger, and then somehow you come up to him, especially if it's Mahavishnu, excuse me, can you say Hare Krishna? And then he's got meat, everything, he's chanting. He got the mercy. Nam no hi yavati shakti papa ni harine hare tavakatam nashutnati patakam pataki naraha. If one chance just the name of Krishna once, he's purified the more sins he can commit in a lifetime. What is this bad karma anyway? We don't care. It's temporary. But ne bikramanastasti pratavaya navichate sunavasya dhamasya trayate mahatopaya. There's no loss or diminution on this path of bhakti. You get so much mercy. It's there for eternity. Your relationship building with Krishna keeps building more and more. The only difference between us devotees, with their nose in the air, and them outside, the non-devotees, the meat-eating karmi demons, is that we just chant Hare Krishna more than them. That's the only difference. So we need to give them more opportunity. We have to become instruments of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Give them as much opportunity as possible. And if you're not convinced, then we have the Srimad Bhagavatam. Vyaktakara Bhagavate Karabara Kala Yukadatma Nama Sankirtana Sarak. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says that the Bhagavatam is revealing again and again, Kaha Bara, again and again, that the essence of Dharma in Kali Yuga is Nam Sankirtan. Every page is pushing Harinam Sankirtan. When we see Harinam Sankirtan for face value, we cannot take it seriously. I don't know about you, but when I saw Harinam Sankirtan for the first time, I was 10 years old, in the middle of the city in Melbourne, Australia, and I saw them, and I hated them. I thought these people are useless. They're just some white people trying to be Hindu. And I just assumed they smoke ganja and they're just a crazy sex cult. Look at them. They can't even play the drum properly. I didn't say it out loud, I was just thinking in my head. 10-year-old boy. 10 years later, look what happened. I couldn't appreciate it. But when I got in touch with Srila Prabhupada's books, then I could understand the value of Harinam Sankirtan. This is the thing that's going to change the world. This is the thing that's going to change my life. This is the thing that's going to give me true happiness. I'm looking for love. Wherever I go, I always get brokenhearted. And I can't trust anyone after that. So to mend the heart, this chanting of the holy name does that. And that love is already existing within the heart for Krishna. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema, Sabakaranaya, Sravanadi Sutachita, Koreyadai. That just by hearing the holy name, by chanting the holy name, that love is awakened. It's not from an outside source. Everyone's trying to satisfy themselves with the externals of this material world. But nothing can do it. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says in the Harinam Chittamani, there's nothing spiritual in the material except two things. The jiva and the holy name. They have to come together. This is where real happiness takes place. This is when the jiva finally feels at home. Goloka Piramadam, Harinam Sankirtan. Golok descends at that moment. There's a bubble of the spiritual world. People enter when you come through dancing and chanting. People feel it. You see the spark in their eyes. People are so intrigued. It's the best online preaching you can do. Harinam has gone viral. Maybe not on one channel or one Instagram account. But if you go down the street chanting and dancing, how many phones do you see on the Harinam? How many? You cannot count. And you're just seeing in front of you what to speak from up in the buildings, from behind you. You don't know. And nowadays you shoot a video, you make a photo, you have to share it. One time, Dai was there. We were in Cape Town with Ananta Goranga and I think someone else. And there was this nice young Muslim couple and they were very intrigued. They took a video of us and one of them the man said, yes, keep it going. I was thinking, maybe I should have approached them and gave them a book, but I just let them film, And then we were on transit in another airport in South Africa, Johannesburg, and we were just running to catch another plane. And this couple says, hey, I saw you guys in Cape Town. What you're doing was the greatest thing ever. I'm from Saudi Arabia. I made video of you guys and I sent to all my relatives, all my friends, they love it. So we don't know how far it can reach actually. It's that powerful. This Harinam Sankirtan. So the Lord descends as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as the holy name of Krishna, to give us his darshan, his association, intimate association. You can touch God with your tongue. That's quite intimate. And he also descends as the Srimad Bhagavatam. When Krishna left 5,000 years ago, he took with him Dharma and Jnana, knowledge and religiosity. But the Srimad Bhagavatam was arisen as brilliant as the sun in this dark age, creating a revolution in the consciousness of the impious lives of a misdirected civilization. This is a consciousness revolution that the Bhagavatam is bringing. Why did Prabhupada work so hard, sleeping only 2 hours every night, to write this Bhagavatam, to translate it for us? Why? So it was revealed by Prabhupada to one disciple that he said that Krishna said, go to the material world and preach. Prabhupada's telling Krishna, no, I don't like austerity, I don't want to go. And then Krishna said, just write books and I'll do the rest. So you can see Pranam Mantra of Srila Prabhupada. Namaste Saraswati Deve. He's the servant of Saraswati Thakur. And what was the instruction as his service? If you get money, print books. If you get money, print books. Gauravani Pracharini. He's preaching the message of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And what is that message? Harinama, Harinama, Harinama eva kevalam. Kalo nasteva, nasteva, nasteva gati yata. That there's no other way to be delivered 3 times. Except the holy name, he's telling you 3 times. There's no other way to be delivered in Kali Yuga. But because we don't take that on, what is the reason why we cannot take Harinam for face value? Why is it that I have to see it and I don't like it? It's described in Chaitanya Charitamrita that there was a flood of love of God emanating from Mayapur. And this love of God, this flood, inundated so many people. They had a whole list of people, fruitive workers, jnanis, and different pretending brahmacharis, whatever. Different people, fallen souls. But 2 personalities were floating on the surface. The impersonalists and the Mayavadis. These 2 personalities run away from the Sankirtan movement when it takes place. That's why the next part of the Pranam Mantra, Nivasesha Sunyavadi Paschatadeshitari, that he's delivering the Western world. The Western world is pretty much wherever the British went, which is everywhere. From impersonalism and voidism. And how does Prabhupada do that? Is by the Srimad Bhagavatam. If you want to take chanting more seriously, one needs to associate with the Srimad Bhagavatam. You need Krishna Kirtan and you need Krishna Katha. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says that this Krishna Kirtan is Krishna. Krishna is his holy name. Nama Chintamani Krishnas Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Punasudo Nicho Mukto Vinatam Nami Nami. It's not different from him. And then Krishna Katha is Srimati Radharani. You need both. And my spiritual master would say that chanting is like a fire, and the fuel is the hearing of the glories of Krishna. Because that person is someone we're supposed to fall in love with. We need to know about him, what he does, what he looks like, how his qualities, how he saves his devotees. What does he do to maintain me and save me constantly? He's there in my heart. He knows exactly my deepest thoughts, all my skeletons in the closet. He knows all the stresses I go through, and he's still there for me. We need to hear about this person. Suridam Sarvabhutanam, the best friend of all living entities. This is the only way we can get peace. And this is the only way anyone else can get peace. So we need this Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada's books to be distributed side by side with Harinam. Because if you just distribute books, it's like just distributing recipe books but not giving the cake. It's like, oh wow, great recipes. Do you taste these recipes? No, I just give the recipe books. But the Bhagavatam is always pointing to chant the holy name, to serve Krishna in his most accessible form. And you'll be maintained. Annas chintayanto mam yejana parapasate tesha nichaviyutanam yogisham yahamaham. When the devotees especially, the number one question that we get, because Vishnja and the Harinam Rishi have been traveling around the world 12 years straight. And doing Harinam. And the main question is like, so where do you get your money? Where's the money coming from? Because even rich people, like super rich people, don't travel like us, you know? People work hard all year just to save up for like 2 to 3 weeks holiday. And we just go to all holiday places all year round. So where do you get your money? So we tell this verse, that that one is always meditating my transcendental form. So the name of Krishna is the Nama Rupa. It's the form of Krishna in the form of sounds. Right? It's a transcendental form. Yajana Parapasate, worship me with exclusive faith. So exclusive means like more than the ordinary. And they're doing every day. Every day they're doing this yajna. Worshipping the Lord. The Yajna Purush for Sankirtan Yajna. And for that person, I preserve what they have and carry what they lack. There's no anxiety about the struggle for existence. Those who are not connected to the Lord in such a way, they're always worrying about the struggle for existence. They're always in anxiety. Oh, am I still going to keep my job? Oh, do I have enough for the bills the next week? Do I have enough for this, that? Just the struggle for existence. Always worrying about that. Devotees don't care. Krishna will maintain. If I do the yajna, Sahaj Yajna, I forgot it, 310. It says that if the Lord of all creatures, who along with all humans and demigods, gave this process of sacrifice, yajna, and in performing this yajna, they were able to achieve everything to be happy in this life and achieve liberation. So this is the formula, do the yajna. And the yajna in Kali Yuga Sankirtan Yajna. And then they're maintained and they're happy and they'll get liberation like anything. They're already liberated. Mam Chamba Vichayana Bhakti Yogena Sevate. Sadhana Samete Tam Brahmbuya Yakalpate. That if one performs Bhakti Yoga, at once they transcend the 3 modes of material nature. They do it under all circumstances. They're always there. They're on the platform of Brahman, the spiritual platform. And what is that platform like? Brahma Bhuta Prashanama Nasochiti Nakanchiti Samasaveshu Bhuteshu Mabbhakti Nakvite Para. They start living the real life as a happy soul, prasantatma. They don't hanker for anything and they're not lamenting about anything. And they're equal to all living entities. And that happens on Harinam. When I'm not on Harinam, I'm kind of like selective who I'm nice to. But when you're on Harinam, you're just blissful, the homeless guy in the street, yeah, come dance, Anyone, we don't care, we'll take anyone who's interested. Suddenly you're everyone's best friend, you want to hug everyone. Like Rupa Nuga is like this, It's like, Hare, Hare Krishna. And he makes them chant, he goes, oh, you're a great soul, you're a Mahatma. Yes, this is the process of the Mahatmas. Mahatmanastum Mampa Devun Prakriti Ashuta. They're taking shelter under the internal potency, under the Devi Prakriti, Srimati Radharani, by engaging in devotional service, chanting the holy name. What is the nature of a Mahatma? Satatam Kirta Yantam Mamritanta Statita Avata Nama Santas Jamam Bhakta Nitya Yukta Basate. They're always chanting the glories of the Lord, endeavoring great determination, bowing down to the Lord. In this way, they're always connected to the Lord. This is the role of the Mahatma. They always just want Krishna's association. And in that way, they want to spread, they want to establish peace against this demoniac society. So you may think, how is just singing and dancing in the street gonna get rid of how these demons have got everyone under control? through the media. They're so, looks like they're so powerful. How is just this dancing and chanting going to work? If you look at it, they've bombarded everyone with people's senses. You know, they have psychologists to make sure that advertising hits them in a certain way. You know, a supermarket, you go to Tesco, the milk and the bread's always in the back. Why? Because they know how the senses work. If you walk past all these other items, you come back to the counter buying stuff you never wanted in the first place. So they capture senses. They capture in the mind in so many ways. You know, with the phone, keep scrolling. They capture the intelligence, making you stupid more and more. So how are we gonna, they've covered all bases? No, they haven't covered the consciousness. That holy name cuts through all sensual platform, mental and intellectual platform. It goes right to the soul, to the consciousness, to awaken its real love. When someone hears the holy name, straight away they start a devotional service. It's already the beginning of the end of the material life. So what to speak if they chant? These devotees going out on Harinam, they're just destroying people's material lives. You know, it's like going in like a pin and coming out like a plow. And we're just giving more and more of the holy name. Even when you go on books, if you just see a book distributor, so much purification is there. Because we know once they get in touch with that book, their lives are changed. So if they just touch the book, they're so close. Like imagine you go close to like a big fire. You can feel the heat, you know, the heat of that mercy emanating from the book. Because they're going to be in touch with Prabhupada. And Prabhupada says, my purports are my transcendental ecstasies. They're going to be, you know, in touch with Srila Prabhupada, the pure devotee. Associating with him directly, who's completely in love with Krishna. So they get mercy. And pretty much the one who says no will say yes tomorrow. If he says no today, say yes tomorrow. You know, Coca-Cola is still everywhere. And they have this philosophy that if someone sees your product 7 times, they'll eventually buy it because it's just stuck in the mind. So if they keep running into a book distributor all the time, if you keep asking them, even though they said no so many times, you know, in the past, then eventually they'll take one. How many times like someone just came and took a book? Oh, what you got there? Oh, okay, how much are they? Oh yeah, £5. Okay, yeah, I'll get one. How many times has happened? They just came out of nowhere and just took a book. It's because they met some devotees before. They got some mercy previously. But obviously the easiest way to distribute books, like usually the idea is like, okay, everyone just stop all service and go up books, you know. Even the Harinam party. What's the use of having 30 devotees on Harinam and, you know, and no one on books, you know. So it's this idea. But my idea is that every book distributor should have a Harinam party with them. Because it's so... Because it's so easy to distribute the book. And you don't have to like make some far out words or like, you know, or stop each lines or anything. They got stopped by the Harinam party. They know exactly what the result of the book will be. It's like this transcendental happiness. You know, and this is the book to show you how it's done. Give everything. Give all the money. No. So, Navina Nirada Prabhu, he says that Mahavishnu Swami asked him, he goes, so what's it like distributing books with the Harinam party? He says, when you do books alone, it's like when you're fishing with a fishing rod, you know. Okay, just put it out there and see what happens. But then when you're doing books with the Harinam party, it's like you're fishing with dynamite. Just put one big bomb in there, and then you see all the fishes floating. So that's what a book distributor does. Like we had, in Harinam Retreat, we had Gaura Karuna, So he would follow the Harinam party on a bicycle, and he had like a whole basket of books, you know. So he was kind of like this shark-like person, just like, you know, sort of just behind the Harinam party, just waiting for, you know, who's ready, you know. And then we make people dance and chant, and then Vishnu Jan just tell, okay, this one, and you'll be like this, and he goes, hi, this is for you. This is book. It's about peace. You can give some donation. He's like, no lines, nothing, you know, he don't care. He goes, if they want the book, they'll take it. Because they know, they saw what it's about, then, you know, they'll take so many books that way. So this is the movement of destroying the material, these demon-like leaders. We're going to flood all the masses with these transcendental books, and we're going to flood them all with the holy name and make them dance in ecstasy. This is our mission, this is our movement. We're instruments of the mission of Sri Krishna in Pradachaya Sadhanam Vinasayata Duskatam Dhamma Samstapanaya Sambhavami Yuga Yuga. This is not Kali Yuga, this is Chaitanya Yuga. He's the main conspiracy. Is there any comments or questions?
Thank you, Prabhu, for the lecture. I was thinking about when you say that we have to share. Makes me remember, like, it's like when we inhale, you know, with morning program, shapa, everything, prasad, and then we need to exhale, to give, to share with others. We cannot be like inhaling all the time. You need to exhale. So when you do book distribution, Harinam in the streets, you are sharing, and you can become alive. Otherwise, you die if you only inhale. Thank you.
I could, if I'd like to respond, this is a very nice comment. It reminds me of what Kadamba Kamash said, that he says, when you first come to Krishna consciousness, you get, it's called a nectar cup. It's kind of like a small cup, and you use it to catch nectar in Krishna consciousness. Like kirtan, you know, prasad. So you're just catching nectar, devotee association. But then when you use your nectar cup to catch nectar and give to someone else, that cup gets bigger. And then you catch more nectar, drink it, and then give to other people like this. Because I don't know if you notice, sometimes if you do like a really far out Harinam, and then say it could have been a late night Harinam, and then you come back late, and then you're like, oh no, how's my japa going to be in the morning? And then your japa is on fire. You know, because you served the holy name, you pleased him. Oh yes, I want to be on everyone's tongue. I want to be in everyone's heart. And you've helped me. And then he gives you mercy. So it kind of works both ways. The sadhana and the preaching, they holistically help each other. Like if I don't read Bhagavatam, I don't feel like going on Harinam. Then when I go on Harinam, then I say like, oh yeah, I should read more Bhagavatam. And I get inspired when I come back and read. So both things should inspire both activities. It's a holistic thing. We are not Bhajanandis. Bhajanandi is one who is only practicing spiritual life for their own salvation. We are Gosyanandis, which are those who are helping other people to come to Krishna. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says that a Gosyanandi is a Bhajanandi who preaches. So you're fully absorbed and you're overflowing and it's other people. Anyone else? Yes, dear Dr. Prabhu.
You mentioned that the holy name was Krishna and then Bhagavatam's Radharani. I didn't quite...
The Krishna Katha.
Sorry, Krishna Katha's Radharani. I didn't quite understand that. Elaborate.
I remember reading it in his biography, the biography written by Bhakti Prakash Maharaj, and he was referring to that. But I remember here in Soho, Madhavananda Puru, this disciple Govinda Maharaj, he was giving a class on these demons of Vrindavan. So each demon represented a certain anatta. So Kamsa represented the materialistic religious leader. And we can see that in Kali Yuga, there are, of the, fanatic type of all sorts. In recent years, the terrorist type was there. So someone asked a question. So they try to be religious for material gain. It's a demoniac kind of thing. So someone asked the question, will we see this type of materialistic religious leader in our movement, like fanatic or even terroristic or, or just cheating in some way? And he says, yes, it can happen in our movement as Vaishnavas, that we may see materialistic religious leaders, politics, this and that. It's the nature of an institution. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, an institution is a necessary evil. So, in that sense, there may be someone of leadership and may not be of the right caliber that we should think they should be. Or we may get caught up in the politics. So how to avoid all of that? That was the question. So he says the best way to avoid it is by doing Harinam and reading and hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. So then I told Vishnujan this, and he goes, that's right. Krishna Kirtan, Krishna Katha. Like this. So the idea is that we want to please Krishna, and the best person who pleases Krishna is Srimati Radharani. So we have to bring them together. That's pretty much is the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, of bringing the energy to the energetic, or to please Krishna by bringing his internal potency there. Instead of being like Ravan, he tries to steal away the internal potency, tries to steal away Sita from Ram. You have to be like Hanuman and take Sita back from Ravan and give her to Ram. We have to take all the Lakshmi and give it to Narayan. So yeah, Krishna's never alone, and the best way to please Krishna is to push forward his dearest devotee. Thank you very much. Gantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande.